So my name is Allison Ginder, and I have been mentoring with Malachi Washington Foundation for about 2.5 years now. And I got involved because I spent a great deal of time in my 20s and early 30s mentoring and volunteering in different capacities, and then had my own kids, and then did a lot of volunteer work in their schools, and really felt like I wanted to use my time where it was needed. And so I have loved the one-on-one mentor relationship that I get to form with the kids I've worked with here, and that part has just been the biggest positive for me. So Bethel is a very bright young man and has a ton of energy, and I was told early on that sometimes that energy is not channeled in the right way, and sometimes his decision making maybe is not the best. And so that was really something that I wanted to focus on with him, was, really talking to him about why he was making certain decisions, talking about consequences versus actions. And when you are quick to make a decision, sometimes it's not always the best decision, but like pausing and kind of thinking, okay, what really is the best thing for me to do? So we really have spent a lot of time focusing on that. And then also academics. It's, when I started with Bezel, he was in second grade, now he's in third. And just seeing the progress on his academics from math and reading and writing has been a focus as well. So we're reading books, like 3 or 4 books a day when we're together. His reading has really improved. And then even through that, I've discovered that he's really a creative thinker. And so we've spent some time just talking about the books and, if you were writing the story, what would you do differently, or what would you be interested in writing in? And so we've talked about, once this is over, probably when they come back from school in January, maybe working on some creative writing together, and just seeing how he does with that. I think that would be something really fun to do with him. I have a son who's a freshman in college, and he was home for fall break back in October, and he had a chance to come down and volunteer, and he was able to meet Bezel. And when my son introduced himself, Bezel just stuck out his hand, and he looked up at my 18-year-old son and said, "Hi, my name is Bezel. It's nice to meet you." And he shook his hand like in the most just self-assured, confident way. And I was just looking at him thinking, like, that's amazing. I don't know that my own son at 9 would have done that. So that really stands out. And then most recently with the Thanksgiving food drive, I brought some food, and I had several bags of food in my car, and Bezel wanted to come and help me get them out of my car and bring them into the area where all the bags were being unloaded. So he told me, he said, "Miss Allison," he said, "make sure you give me the heaviest bags, because I want to make sure that you don't have to carry the heavy ones." And I said, "Bezel, I can carry some heavy bags too," but he wanted the heavy ones. And so he brought the heavy ones, and then he ran back, and I still hadn't, gotten there yet. And so he took the bags from me and carried my bags in. And again, I just thought, here's this confident, mature 9-year-old who is just on such a great path to becoming a really, really amazing young man. And I was just really, really proud of that. And I see it in the ways that he interacts with other kids, like when we're outside or on the tennis courts. I see it in the way he does that. And then also with me, I mean, he's super respectful, and he's a great listener. And that's changed a little bit as well, where I feel like his listening skills have really improved over the last, year, almost year and a half now that I've been with him. We all hear the term, "You've got time, treasure, and talents." And I think being able to give back, I would say to somebody who is thinking about making a year-end contribution, that their money will go a long way into helping this community that is so deserving and is so appreciative. And I feel fortunate that I am able to give time and and funding right now too, because I see the work that's done here. I see it firsthand. I'm a huge believer in it. Seeing these kids on the tennis court, seeing them, how they interact, the life skills that they're taught. Again, with Bezel, shaking my son's hand and just the way he treats me with respect and treats everybody with respect. And I see that firsthand with so many of these kids. And it's just they're not really taught a lot of this in schools. And they're able to really kind of delve in on a deeper level here and really, really help this amazing group of kids. I mean, all of our kids who we're all trying to get them off to you're trying to raise them so that they're able to go and they're able to flourish on their own and be productive, adults and really be proud of themselves and look back and think, gosh, like I learned a few things there that really, really helped me as an adult. And then you want them to grow up to be mentors and be able to give back. And I think ultimately that's what it's all about.